This video is brought to you in part by Rickard Art. Rickard Art designs packaging, logos, posters, invitations, and more. He also does murals for your home or business. Check him out at rickard-art.com. Hey, what's up, everybody? It's day 16 on August 17th. And today, you're going to see a little more footage from the prototype level I'm making. Now, again, this is a prototype level where I lay out basic shapes to get the sense and scale of the demo level. This is a matter of putting up buildings that look like buildings, but obviously there's no working doors, windows, there's not even doors. There's just a place that would appear to be a door. So I'm blocking in the level. That's basically what I'm doing. I'm blocking in the level. And what we're going for here is to find out what's fun, what's not fun. And I am not an environment artist. I am not a set designer. There are a lot of things that I am not. So let me take these off because I'm getting a lot of reflections, and you guys don't deserve reflections because I should light better. Anyway, so the level itself is being laid out, and it's to get the scope I want. It's a big level, and I'm definitely gonna have to start thinking about LOD, level of detail, and have Unreal will automatically generate LODs for you. It's an option, and I don't know. I don't want to just. That's something I could fix later, but it's definitely something I'm gonna have to think about, or control the loading of the levels based on events that happen. So let's say our hero gets to a certain part in the level, a couple blocks up, and a building comes down behind him. Well, boom, instantly he cannot go back to where the level started. So I can unload that geometry at that time and free up resources. So scripted events can assist with that. Cutscenes can assist with that. Trying to think what else. So the level then will be blocked out before I do any major modeling whatsoever. I'm in here. I've got the character. He's playing. If I hit play, here he is. You guys can barely see him, but I can always talk. I can talk over it. So yeah, I just have it where I'm showing. So there's gonna be guards, obviously, and then I just come up with places on the go. Like here's a basement staircase to the lower level entrance, right? And then up here there's a guard checkpoint. Now this is something where you automatically know that you need to get to the tower based on the point of reference when your plane crashes, right? So keeping the tower as a point of interest as you're in the level will also give you a general sense of direction. I don't want to tell you where to go. You know where you need to go. You need to get to the tower, which has the square in front of it. That's where you need to go. How you get there is going to be up to you. Now, again, I'm going to be driving some of the level decisions for you on your way to get there. Now, one thing I'm playing with here is, okay, yeah, you got a checkpoint. Now, the checkpoint itself, once you get past it, there's going to be here's a wall with guard towers, a tank, bad guys. I'm probably going to have other soldiers standing here. And here's a guard on patrol, right? But this whole scene is bare, right? It's bare. And so I have to think, okay, this is World War II. a lot of European-based towns had trolleys. I can't think. You have trolleys. Let's just stick with trolleys. It's easier. Trolley systems that came in, so I could have tracks in here. And a lot of the reasons why streets are so wide was because of train systems and other transportations. And I should stop putting my hand in front of this light. So, anyway, the thing is, having these wide streets is fine, but I need to show something. I need to have, let's say, another. Let's say there's obviously this is a track or a road that is wide enough to accommodate a track system. So let's say there's a transit system that comes and goes, or would come and go through here, based on the width of the street. So I come in and I put in tracks. I can put in tracks both ways. Then I come in with trolley cars and I set up the trolley cars. The trolley cars then become a point of cover. They add a sense of scale themselves in relation to the buildings around them. They also give you a sense of the age, the level of destruction, things like that, based on their appearance, their condition, things like that. So if they're in operation, then you think, oh, well, this district wasn't affected that much during the raids, during the invasion of the city by the bad guys, and so they're operating, and maybe the citizens didn't put up much of a fight. Then again, if you have trolleys destroyed, laying strewn in the street, things like that, and let's say you have cracked roads and you have grass growing up through them, well, this part of the city has been damaged severely. And it shows a story. So I'm constantly thinking of what happened to the city before Jack crashed. What is he going to find? Is he going to find a defeated city population? Are they just going to go away, leave us alone, or hey, we're behind you, and they come out of their houses and stuff? That's not going to happen. That's too much work for this demo. But that's the mentality I got to constantly think about, So it's at the stage right now where I'm still planning out the level. I'm still planning out the demo. A lot of people will actually generate these maps, whether by drawing or digital drawing, and they'll sketch out, okay, well, here's the map of the city. I want you to do this. I want you to go here. I want you to do this. I want you to go here. And I think I'm getting to a point where for me to do a decent layout of the city, I might have to do that. Now, I mentioned earlier this week on Twitter, I typed in the word, well, I knew what I was typing in, which was Bologna. And Bologna is the name of the city I'm basing this off of. Now, a lot of people would say, baloney. And that's what, some of our folks, especially our patrons, said. You typed in baloney on Twitter. What does that mean? What is the meaning behind it? Is that for lunch? Well, no. I wanted to put that out there and just kind of leave it there as a marker saying, hey, back on this day, I mentioned the city that this is going to be based off of, at least the look, the feel. I have been looking for so long at so many cities in so many different countries, and I just was not finding the roads, the alleyways that I was looking for. I wanted them very claustrophobic, but winding at the same time. I wanted them to have height, at least 2 to 3 stories. I wanted some age in there as far as the city itself. And I would look at a lot of different places, and he'll go to a lot of different places on his adventure. But what I was finding was either the cities I liked weren't tall enough, so you didn't have the vertical scale I was looking for, or they didn't have the population. They didn't have let's say it was a village instead. So instead of a city or a town, it was a village. So instead of having 1,000 buildings, which I'm not doing 1,000 buildings, I'm just giving a reference. Instead of having 1,000 buildings, it would have 25 buildings. Well, that doesn't give you far to go in the demo to feel like a level. I want this to feel like on the scope of Uncharted, Tomb Raider, or something like that, where it's like this. It's this immense environment making you think you have multiple pathways, and in this you can go down alleyways to get through. You can. I'm trying to come up with ways. I think I might come up with a way to do it where it's very Assassin's Creed like. Assassin's Creed has you going like into a house, through the house, and through the back door. And although I would not be able to do that as much, simply because it takes time. I could do it one time and then make sure I do like some kind of variation, because not everyone's gonna like. I'm not gonna go. Somebody's not gonna go through one and then go right back through another one and then through another one. So having the same furniture placed differently, colored differently, shades differently inside each of the places might allow me to be able to use those multiple times here. Because where he's at right now, it's only 2 city blocks. I've got 8 city blocks to make. And yes, I'll be able to use a lot of the same environments. I just change signs. I change, I mix things up, stuff like that. But what I'm finding is I'm going to be spending at least a couple of weeks straight making objects. What I wanted to do was to finish. I want to get to day 20 and have the level mapped out. Just mapped out. Done. As far as that's concerned. Whew. It's getting warm. So yeah, I want it mapped out in 4 days. Yeah. 4 days. So in the videos you're going to see, me doing a lot of different things, and I'm trying to record them so you guys can see the progress being made, instead of just me showing up with screenshots and you guys think I haven't done anything. I feel that, in a sense, I'm also doing this to prove myself, because I know I have doubters out there that are saying this guy can't do it. He doesn't know what he's talking about. And so the videos are a form of justification. Yeah, I'm not an expert by any means. I didn't go to Full Sail. I didn't go to a game school. I didn't do that. I should have gone to SCAD. I should have followed everybody else that I knew, that I talked into going to Savannah, and I should have gone. But I didn't, and that's on me. But this is a way for me to take my years of learning and gaining knowledge of all sorts and bringing them all together to finally deliver something that I've been talking about since almost 15 years now. So yeah, it's almost like it's time, right? So I think I'd like something playable, but I don't know if it's going to happen. If maybe even just some kind of gameplay footage, kind of like what one of the head guys for our IGDA chapter here in Cincinnati said. Hey, even if it's a video, just let me know. Give me something. Give me screenshots. Give me turntables. Give me anything you got to build interest. And he's right. But I'm still going to try to get this to a point where it's something I can show. Because I feel that some of the more successful Patreon campaigns that are making games, they're developing games, they are showing levels, they are showing actual characters running around, and that's getting them the funds they need on a monthly basis to continue working full time on those games. I'm so thankful to my patrons so far on my Patreon, and I'm sure I'll have a link over here. Right, yeah, it's gonna be right there. Uh, Not a link, but the website address for my Patreon campaign. I thank them for being with me from the start. They're the same patrons I've had since I started this back in, I want to say May. May was the first full month. Unfortunately, it's getting to a point where I'm going to run out of my entire savings, my personal savings. I'm not going to wipe out my wife's savings. That's silly. That's her stuff. But my personal savings is going to run out in December. And come that time, I will not be able to work on something of this level from that point forward without your help. And even just watching the video, hitting the like button, showing, that you support this in some way. It may not be a monetary way, but even just a, hey, you're doing a great job. Hey, wow, this is okay. Wow, you're really going to do something here in 45 days. Yeah, I am. I'm going to do something because I can. And I just, it's great that you guys are watching this. You're coming along for the ride. I'm sorry that the first 15 days were a lot of blah. A lot of me bitching and rambling and sort of just kind of you guys seeing the journey that I'm taking as far as trying to find time in my real life with everything else that I have going on to make this game. Now, I have stopped doing a lot of stuff because one of my patrons and a friend of mine said, if it was me and I had the opportunity that you have coming up to show my work on a much, much larger scale personally to people instead of just throwing it up on a website, personally to people, gamers and developers at GDEX, if I had that opportunity and that could possibly lead to something bigger, I would stop doing every single thing I'm doing right now to work on this full time. Like, I've already put in my 8 hours today, and I'm probably easily going to work till, again, he was right. He was right, and I do have some people on my side still that are not my mom. I love my mom, and she has supported me forever. So thank you, Mom. And my wife tolerates so much of my craziness, and I love her for it. But there are other people, like Dave. Thank you, Dave. And Brandon. Thank you, Brandon. And Clayton. I thank you. You guys have allowed me to approach you just out of the blue. You don't know me, not know me. Like if we grew up together, if we knew each other for the last 20 years, you know me, right? You guys know about me, and so far you've been very accepting of that, and you have an understanding better than anyone outside of my close-knit group of what I've gone through, of what I'm going through, and I appreciate the level of support and openness to that. And again, thank you. And I will need that going forward, because I'm going to try to do this. And I'm going to go through GDEX and I'm going to show this stuff. And if I have 2 people that like it out of 100 people that see it, then that tells me I need to move on to the next thing. It's just the way it is. And so I'll do that. I am going to work up to that December, January timeline where the money will run out. I'm going to try, you know. But, you know, I got to try. That's all I can do. And GDEX is going to be big, and there's not going to be another thing until next year because I can't afford to go to any of the big conferences, not at this point. Maybe with some funding, things like that, I can, but not right now. So I'm going to get to work right now, and I'm going to say that this is the end of day 16's video. I'm going to attach more of this as I continue, because I have video that I've done from this morning. Not video, just this is video to me. This is video, and then this is screen capture. So I'm capturing the work that I've been doing. And again, I've been trying to capture as much as possible. Sometimes I forget, or like yesterday, I was rendering out day 14. I was rendering out day 14 because 15 was today. I was rendering out day 14. Because I was rendering it out, I was unable to do screen recordings while it was rendering in the same software. So, but I didn't want to stop working. So for that hour and a half, 2 hours that it was rendering, of course, I couldn't record it. So that was missing. And because I'm, let's see here, I put 14 out for yesterday. So 15 has to go out today. And that's, I wanted to record 16, but I also had to, I found out I didn't do a finalized 15 video, which led me to doing the footage for 15 before this, and now I'm doing 16. So yes, in day 15, well, at the end of day 15, and day 16, I am wearing the same shirt. You guys finally caught me. But in the first part of day 15, I was wearing a different shirt. Sorry. Yep, this one doesn't have a hole, and if you guys look close enough, the first part of day 15's video has a hole in it. Yeah, so, yeah. Anyway, that's the end for day 16. This is the end. Thank you for sticking with me as I talked about the game and then talked about some personal stuff. I hope you liked the video. Please hit the dislike or like, comment below if you have any questions or any kind of feedback. Hit that subscribe button to make sure that you guys can see the latest videos as they're released on a daily basis. And thanks for watching. And I'll see you tomorrow. A huge thanks goes out to our patrons, as this video and all the other videos in the series wouldn't be possible without you. Thank you. And speaking of patrons, if you feel like you want to support us, come over to our Patreon page at patreon.com/PopolatiGames. This video and the other videos in the series and the more videos to come just wouldn't get made without the help, love, and support from our patrons. You'll also be able to see the goals that we set, a reward system, and all the updates. Donations start at just $1, and that guarantees you not only an exclusive monthly illustration, but it also guarantees you to be one of the first people to play Jack Hunter as we develop the game. Thanks again for checking out our Patreon page. If you like this video, you know what to do. Subscribe to see more videos just like this by hitting that subscribe button. And thanks for watching.